Think fame makes you fearless. Think again. From lucky socks to banned birthday cakes, celebs have some seriously quirky superstitions. Let's dive into the weird world of celebrity luck and logic.
Michael Jackson's superstition about his single glove became one of the most iconic symbols in music history. And it wasn't just for style. For Jackson, wearing one glove was both a token of luck and a mark of identity, something that made him feel unique, powerful, and spiritually protected on stage. It started as a creative choice, but over time it evolved into a deeply personal ritual he refused to perform without. He believed the glove carried its own kind of energy, a charm that separated the performer Michael Jackson from the person behind the fame. Each time he slipped it on, it was like stepping into his larger-than-life persona, ready to command the stage and mesmerize the world. The glove became more than a fashion statement. It was his signature of superstition, a glittering piece of belief that helped him feel centered and unstoppable in front of millions. For Michael, that single glove wasn't just an accessory, it was his lucky link to the magic he created.
In the early days of her rise to fame, Britney Spears kept a simple yet classic superstition close to her. She carried a rabbit's foot for good luck. Long before the dazzling costumes and global stardom, Britney was a young performer stepping into a world that could be, unpredictable and intense. That tiny charm, soft and small enough to fit in her hand or pocket, became her quiet source of comfort before auditions, interviews and performances. To Britney, the rabbit's foot wasn't just an old-fashioned good luck token, it was a symbol of hope and protection, something that made her feel safe when everything around her was changing so fast. It reminded her to stay grounded, to believe in herself, and to trust that little magic could help her through the nerves and the noise. Even as her superstardom grew, fans often noticed that Britney kept small rituals and lucky items close. The rabbit's foot may have been her first, a humble beginning to the powerful mix of faith, instinct and superstition that honestly followed her through her career.
Celine Dion's Superstition is a touching reflection of her deep faith and humility. Before every performance, she kisses a cross as a gesture of protection and gratitude. It's a quiet ritual she's carried throughout her decades-long career. No matter how big the stage or how bright the spotlight. For Celine, that small act isn't just about luck. It's a moment of connection, a way to ground herself spiritually before pouring her heart out in song. The cross, often worn close to her heart, symbolizes strength, guidance, and thankfulness, reminders of her roots and the blessings that brought her to that moment. Just before the curtain rises or the lights dim, she closes her eyes, presses the cross to her lips, and whispers a silent prayer. It's a simple ritual, but one that captures everything about Celine Dion. Her grace, her discipline, and her belief that true performance begins not with applause, but with faith and gratitude.
So, Kylie Jenner's superstition, it actually revolves around something she takes very seriously: numbers. Before making any major business moves or signing important deals, Kylie is known to repeat certain numbers that she considers lucky. It's this quiet little ritual she performs to align her energy, attract good fortune, and just make sure everything feels right before she seals the deal. For someone whose career has been built on timing, instinct, and image, this superstition is really her way of balancing intuition with control. She believes that numbers hold power, and that repeating them helps focus her mindset and tune her decisions to positive outcomes. Friends and business partners have even said she'll pause before a meeting or a contract signing just to complete her number ritual. It's a fascinating glimpse into Kylie's world, part confidence, part mysticism. While her empire might look perfectly calculated from the outside, behind every move there's a touch of superstition, a whispered sequence of numbers that, to her, keeps luck and success perfectly in sync.
Winston Churchill's superstition was both powerful and symbolic. He always made his famous V for victory sign for luck. Though it became an enduring emblem of World War II resilience, for Churchill it carried a deeper, almost personal magic. He believed that making the gesture channeled confidence, unity, and divine favor, especially in times of uncertainty. Before major speeches, meetings, or appearances, Churchill would quietly raise his hand in that familiar V, not only to inspire others, but to ground himself. It was his ritual of strength, a moment to focus his thoughts and summon courage. Even when facing immense pressure, that simple motion reminded him, and everyone watching, that victory was always within reach. The gesture became so tied to his persona that it transcended politics and entered the realm of belief. To Churchill, it wasn't just a symbol of wartime defiance, it was his personal charm against doubt, a lucky sign of triumph born from faith in his cause and himself.
Enjoyed that little dose of celebrity luck? Hit like, share, and subscribe. Your good fortune might just depend on it.
Barack Obama's superstition is, quietly personal and deeply meaningful. He keeps a collection of small charms and lucky trinkets in his pocket, and each one carries a story or blessing from someone he's met. Over the years, these items have included things like a tiny Buddha, a poker chip, a rosary, and a small cross, all symbols of faith, hope, and the diverse people who have inspired him. Obama once explained that before making big decisions or facing stressful moments, he'd sometimes reach into his pocket and touch the charms, drawing strength and calm from them. It's a humble ritual that really reflects his respect for others' beliefs as much as his own, a reminder that leadership at its best is rooted in humanity and gratitude. For him, these tokens are more than superstition. They're, anchors of connection, tiny emblems of luck, prayer, and perspective. Whether in the White House or on the campaign trail, Obama's pocket full of charms has always been a quiet source of reassurance and grounding amid the chaos of history. Frank Sinatra's superstition was as precise as his performances. He always carried 10 dimes for luck. This ritual began in the 1960s after a terrifying event. When his son, Frank Jr., was kidnapped, Sinatra needed to stay in touch with the kidnappers and constantly used payphones. From that day on, he vowed never to be without a handful of dimes, just in case, and they soon became his personal good luck charm. For Sinatra, the dimes symbolized preparedness, safety, and fate. They were a reminder that in moments of chaos, control can come from the smallest details. Even after the kidnapping ordeal ended, he continued to keep exactly 10 dimes in his pocket. Never more, never less. It became part of his mystique, the suave entertainer with a voice of silk and a superstition of steel. Those dimes weren't just for luck. They were Sinatra's quiet nod to resilience and the lesson that even a legend needs a little security and superstition close at hand.
Marlon Brando's superstition was rooted in old theatrical lore. He believed that saying good luck before a show actually brought bad luck. Instead, he preferred the traditional actor's phrase, break a leg, or sometimes said nothing at all, believing that too much talk about luck could tempt fate. For Brando, performance was sacred and unpredictable, something that should never be jinxed by casual words. Known for his deep intensity and emotional depth, Brando treated acting almost like a spiritual experience. He believed energy, focus, and presence determined success, not luck, and that invoking good luck could disrupt that fragile balance. Backstage, he was known to quietly prepare, avoiding small talk and ritualizing his focus rather than relying on superstition's cliches. Yet, in a way, his avoidance of the phrase became a superstition itself, a ritual of restraint, a belief in silence over charm. For Brando, every performance was a gamble with truth, and the best way to win was to respect the stage and never dare the universe by saying good luck.
Judi Dench's superstition is as charming and heartfelt as the actress herself. She always brings her little rabbit mascot on set for good luck. The soft toy, which she's kept for years, travels with her from project to project, tucked away in her dressing room or nearby during filming. For Dench, it's a comforting ritual, a small reminder of familiarity and warmth amid the often hectic and unpredictable world of acting. She's admitted that the rabbit isn't just a superstition, but also a symbol of continuity and calm, something that helps her feel grounded, no matter how big the production or how far from home she is. Cast and crew have come to recognize it as her quiet companion, a good luck charm that's always part of her creative space. It's a tender glimpse into Dench's personality, elegant, disciplined, yet delightfully whimsical. For her, the lucky rabbit isn't just a mascot, it's a beloved tradition that connects her to every role, every stage, and every bit of magic that comes from storytelling.
So Matthew McConaughey's superstition is deeply personal and honestly full of heart. Before filming, he rubs his mother's rosary for luck and guidance. It's a quiet ritual he's kept throughout his career, one that connects him to family, faith, and, the grounding values that shaped him long before Hollywood. For McConaughey, the rosary isn't just a religious symbol. It's a link to his roots, a way to carry a piece of his mother's strength and love into every performance. Before stepping in front of the camera, he takes a moment to hold the rosary, close his eyes, and focus his energy. It's his way of centering himself, clearing distractions, and, well, inviting a little divine protection over the unpredictable world of filmmaking. For an actor known for his calm confidence and philosophical outlook, this simple act reveals the quiet spirituality behind the charm. Whether it's a blockbuster or an intimate drama, that small rosary and the love it represents keeps McConaughey steady, grateful, and really ready to shine.
Believe it or not, that's just 10 of hundreds. More celebrity quirks and charms are on the way, so don't miss out. Subscribe now and keep the luck rolling.